Jen and Jamie on a Thursday.
Hey there, fellow luncheons. Jamie, what do you have there?
I have a lunchbox.
It's more than a lunchbox. It's time for
Jen and Jamie on a Thursday.
All right. So, it is time for Jen and Jamie on a Thursday. I love Thursdays.
I do love Thursdays.
I also love our luncheons. They're quite creative.
I don't love being stumped.
I know. So last week in the lunchbox, we had an antique spool cabinet.
Yes.
Not many of those found in the Bible.
Nope.
However, we took the spin of an antique spool cabinet held or holds treasures, holds things
Spools.
that are important to you. It's an antique, so obviously it's been through the generations. It's well taken care of. It's in great shape.
Passed down from person to person.
So what did that trigger in our little minds? The Ark of the Covenant, of
Obviously.
course. Hello.
Is that not what you guys came up with?
So the Ark of the Covenant was a very highly valued religious piece. So much so that it has very specific instructions on how it should be built and how it should look, who should handle it, and what it should contain. So Jamie, as we read in Exodus chapter 25,
Yep.
take it away.
Yeah, so it's a lot like the ark when when God gave Noah the instructions for the ark. He had very specific instructions. It needs to be this big and this wide and this tall.
Go for wood.
Same thing with the Ark of the Covenant. It says, have them make a chest of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, 1 cubit high. Overlay it with pure gold on the outside and the inside. And then it even gets down to such specifics as it needs to include rings on the four corners, so that poles, which are also made out of acacia wood and also overlaid in gold, could be put through it to carry it. So the Ark of the Covenant was something that was going to be carried from place to place, because remember, we're wandering in the desert, and so we're moving from place to place. And so God knew that the people would need to be able to take it with them wherever they went. Now, the ark is not something that was just like a storage chest.
But a cooler for drinks.
Yeah,
and
they
snacks.
didn't stick their bottles of water in it or anything like that as they wandered, or hold extra manna in it or anything like that. This contained the tablets on which God had written the 10 Commandments. And so it was a very special thing, just like our antique spool cabinet is a special thing. It was a special thing that was to be used for what God intended it for. God specifically says, I will put in it then the 10 Commandment tablets. And so the people could take it with them for wherever they went.
It was also just kept by the high priests.
Yeah.
So only special people could handle it, or, I mean, obviously the carriers were special, but only the high priests could.
Right. They stored it in the Holy of Holies. So when they got to their locations and built their temporary temple for the time, the Holy of Holies is where the Ark of the Covenant was kept. And that was separated then by a curtain that the people couldn't even get to. And so only the high priest could go in there, and only once a year. And so this was a very special thing. We highly encourage you guys to check out Exodus 25 for more specifics on the Ark of the Covenant. But for God's people at that time, it just represented his presence among them, and the covenant that he established with them in the 10 Commandments.
All right. Phew. I think we did good with
I think so.
spool cabinet, Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, potato.
All right. Well, with that being said, Jamie, it is time for...
What's in the lunchbox?
All right. Another piece of paper. An Oriental cookbook submitted by Kathy Olenek, who apparently made something that she did not bring for us to try.
I was going to say, maybe if we had examples of what
Kathy was cooking.
Yeah.
Kathy,
Okay, so...
we're in the office next week. Feel free to
Right.
stop by with some yummy treats.
Oriental cookbook, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm not aware of any cookbooks in the Bible, but I guess we'll have some research to do.
Even her daughters created like the first church ladies cookbook.
Ooh, that would be fun. Here's some figs and here's some berries. What can we make?
What kind of casserole do you think they made? We'll come up
I
with
don't know,
something.
but now it's got me like thinking like, and obviously in the Bible there are things that they list of what they ate. I don't know that
That's
it was
okay to
ever
check
assembled
out.
in a cookbook or handed down, but all right, Kathy, challenge is on for us to relate an Oriental cookbook to
The Bible.
the Bible. I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
All right.
Next time on the rabbit hole. No, just kidding. All right. Well, from Jen and Jamie,
May your lunchbox always be full.
we'll see you next time.
Jen and Jamie on a Thursday.